Death Note is among one of the most popular anime and manga series of all time. No doubt, a large amount of people's enjoyment coming from the engaging hunt L and his task force go on to find and capture Light Yagami. With all the twists and turns in this game of cat and mouse, there's been constant discussion over what choice Light made that ultimately led to his defeat. Many point to his impulsive murder of Lindell Taylor on live TV as when he lost, as this is what tipped L off to Kira's power truly existing, and the specific region that Kira was operating out of. But this isn't the action that truly sealed Light's fate, because mind you, the Kanto region is also the very same region that Japan's capital Tokyo is in, which itself alone had a population of over 35 million people by 2003. There was still a very large list of suspects before Light could ever be narrowed down on alone with proof of being Kira, as at that point, L had nothing but theories to go off of regarding Kira and his suspect list. What truly cemented Light's defeat was his murder of Ray Penber and the other FBI agents sent to Japan to investigate the Kira murders. This action confirmed to L and the authorities that Kira was in fact one of the suspects that the FBI agents were investigating, taking the true suspect list down from millions to merely hundreds, and allowed Light to be cemented as one of the suspects. Specifically, Light's murder of Ray Penber, the agent sent to investigate him, whom Light had set up a bus jacking in an attempt to find Ray's name to get rid of him. An aspect of this that Light did not anticipate was Penber's fiancée, Naomi Misura, who came with him to Japan and was aware of the investigation and was also a successful FBI agent who had worked with Elle herself in the past before getting engaged to Ray. Even before Ray's death, she correctly noted that the criminal who was jacking the bus he was on dying while he was investigating Light, a Kira suspect, was too strange to be mere coincidence. After Ray was killed, she fully connected the dots between Kira and the bus jacking and went to report her findings to Elle and the investigation team. What she did not expect was that Light Yagami would be there at that very moment she spoke to the police department, sharing her knowledge of the investigations, which unfortunately was overheard by Light. While cautious at first, Light, with his ever-present charm and charisma, was able to sadly trick her into trusting him and revealing her name, leading to her forced suicide by Light's hand. Though her death was not in vain, as news of her disappearance eventually made its way to Elle, who noted that the suicide was not something she would ever do, putting her connection to Ray and the investigation together, as she was the only person with a connection to someone on the case to experience this unusual behavior, which tipped Elle off to it for sure being one of the people Ray was tailing. This cemented Light as the primary suspect to Elle, which would years later down the line lead to Light's defeat at the hands of Nier. And it is worth noting that all of this could have been avoided had Light simply not done anything to Ray, as there would be no evidence Light had any connections to the killings beyond theories, as Light himself admitted that Ray didn't even suspect him. And we know for a fact this is true, because right before the bus jacking, we get a line from Ray saying that after today, he was going to clear Light as a suspect, as he had no reason to believe he was Kira. Even Ryuk was pointing out to Light that actions like these only really hinder his overall goal of ridding the world of evil, since it put L more and more on his trail. But Light's ego and pride wouldn't allow for that. He couldn't stand the idea of there being anyone threatening him, and just wanted revenge on L for daring to challenge him, despite his claims of righteousness. Light lost because he decided to put satisfying his own ego and sadism before the goals he created as a basis for his actions. And that's all I got for this one. I'm sure, I don't know if some of you guys might know this is actually a remake of an older video I made like a year ago. That video was overall pretty bad quality wise, and like I said before, I decided to remake it because like I have way better audio software, and I think it's just overall like better edited, and I'm much more experienced with actually reading off a script. So thank you guys for that. There'll be more videos coming out, especially more of those mirror videos. Got a lot of those coming up. And so now if you guys want to do me a favor by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and following me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and have a nice day.